for this dignitaries
না,
এই
না,
যে it
ওঠে
is
না, ওঠে না। এখন প্রথম বিফোর ইউ স্টার্ট এনিথিং প্লিজ রিকোয়েস্ট মি টু টেক দ্য ডিগনিটারিজ কন্ট্যাক্ট ডাইস, ঠিক আছে?
Before starting the program, I would like to request Dr. Hossein Zillur Rahman sir to call the dignitaries on stage. স্টেজে আসুক তারপর আচ্ছা এখন তো ওয়েলকাম স্পিচ এখন জাস্ট এতটুকু বলতে বলতে আমাকে আর কিছু আচ্ছা 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 Ladies and gentlemen, you are requested to put your phones on silent. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the organizers, I, Tanzila Tabassum Orna, welcome you all to this two-day international conference on urban poverty. This conference is jointly organized by Power and Participation Research Center, PPRC, and the Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics, BBS. Power and Participation Research Center is a policy research center established in 1996. Its primary purpose is to research on current and emerging priorities of Bangladesh and assist evidence-based policy formulation. Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics is the national statistical agency. It plays a vital role in providing the government and the nation with statistical information to guide decision-making and the development process. Ladies and gentlemen, this inaugural session is chaired by Dr. Hossein Zillur Rahman, the Executive Chairman of PPRC and also the conference coordinator. Before calling the first speaker, I would like to inform that there is free Wi-Fi available under the name Urban Poverty, and the password is 12345678. Thank you. At the outset, I would like to call upon Ambassador Liaquat Ali Chaudhary, Senior Research Fellow of PPRC, to provide welcome remarks on behalf of PPRC.
Guests, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to extend to you a very warm welcome. We were expecting the Minister for Finance and Planning, Mr. M.A. Mannan MP, to be with us, and he will be here shortly. And as we wait for him, I think that we would like to go ahead with the proceedings of this conference. In fact, we are delighted that today we have with us Professor Wahiduddin Mahmood and many others who have made very important contribution to the poverty discourse in Bangladesh, South Asia, in the larger global context. I think that with their eminent presence, we shall have a very exciting conference indeed. PPRC and the Bureau of Statistics, Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics, have jointly organized this conference. Long months of preparations have gone into, long months of work has gone into the preparation of this conference. And BBS has been a very important partner for the PPRC as we organize this conference. But we also received valuable assistance and help from the World Bank and from UNDP and other partners who have been equally supportive. WaterAid Bangladesh has also been a partner of our conference. In fact, we have worked for long months to ensure the success of this conference in terms of practical ideas and initiatives which we might take to address the problem of urban poverty. This is an important priority, and I think that we shall have a good conference in addressing the priorities that we have before in addressing the problem of urban poverty. While we warmly welcome you to this conference, a few words on the significance of the conference might be in order. During the recent years, Bangladesh have achieved good results in terms of reducing poverty. While we can take we can be really genuinely satisfied about our performance. The challenge of remaining vestige of poverty remains a very daunting one for us. This is true both for rural poverty and urban poverty, and in fact, more so for urban poverty. In fact, it is important that we do not allow growing urbanization to be synonymous with growing population and with unacceptable level of urban poverty and inequity. For not allowing this to happen, first we should have clarity on our ideas about the nature of urban poverty, the tools that we can use to have idea about the magnitude of urban poverty, and also have a good idea about the trends in the evaluation of urban poverty. But at the same time, it is also important that we should have ideas about the priorities and initiatives which can really help us in having a good dent on urban poverty. While we were about the need to bring together the best brain and best expertise who can actually contribute to our discussions. We are glad that in you we have that pool of expertise who have contributed vitally to the good outcome of our conference. In fact, you have the proven expertise, you have the specialty, and you have the commitment that we need to have very constructive ideas and proceedings that are expected of it. To all of you, a very warm welcome, and hope that you will have a very productive conference with all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call upon MD Baitul Amin Bhuiya, the Acting Director General of BBS, to provide welcome remarks on behalf of BBS.
Honorable Chair of inaugural plenary of this auspicious conference on urban poverty, Mr. Hussainjilur Rahman, Executive Chairman PPRC and former advisor, caretaker government. Chief guest, Honorable Minister for Minister Planning, who is now in abroad. Guest of honor, Mr. M.A. Mannan, MP, Honorable State Minister for Minister of Finance and Minister of Planning, who will join with us shortly. And eminent economics Professor Wahiduddin Mahmood, former advisor, caretaker government, distinguished keynote presenter, Mr. Ming Zhang from World Bank, Mr. John William Taylor from UNDP, Professor David Hume, Executive Director, Global Development Institute, University of Manchester, distinguished delegates and participants from different development partners, international organizations, UN bodies, government and non-government agencies, panel discussion, researchers, members from print and electronic media, representative from organizing partner organization. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. It gives me a great pleasure to extend to all of you a very warm welcome on behalf of the Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics, a partnered organization of this event. This is an august gathering where experts from the World Bank and other development partners, experts of the country in the relevant field, academicians and civil society representatives have gathered to discuss about the issue of urban poverty in the country. It may be noted that in Bangladesh, the urban population are heterogeneous in respect of living standard and consumption behavior. Therefore, urban poverty is complex than the rural poverty. Though the incidence of urban poverty is completely lower than rural area, yet it is difficult to address due to wide gap between different segments of urban population, particularly those who are living in the urban areas. It may be mentioned that the SDG goal 11 is make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient and sustainable. Therefore, to improve the quality of life of all urban people, a number of interventions will be necessary. For this, we need reliable and timely data on urban poverty disaggregated by different socio-economic groups. The household income and expenditure survey, that is HIES of BBS, is the most credible data source for measurement of poverty. Respected participants, it is a great opportunity to discuss the dimension of poverty and its spectrum with international poverty analysts and experts. Household and expenditure survey, popularly which is known as HIES, is a stand-alone survey of producing poverty and inequality statistics in Bangladesh, which is being fielded now. For the first time, we are going to provide quarterly poverty estimates and at more disaggregated district level estimates to response policy needs and addressing the essence of SDGs, leave no one behind. Hope the project director of the HIES will make a presentation of dimension of urban poverty and inequality. Distinguished guest, BBS has a rich data on urban areas from the National Population Census, Slum Census, Labor Force Survey and other relevant surveys. These data can be used for in-depth analysis of the urban population, particularly for the poor segment of urban population. We have already prepared poverty and undernutrition maps using population census data and other relevant service data in a joint collaborative approach. This type of international conference will give us some sort of motivation and new thoughts to go for in-depth analysis as the National Statistics Office. Ladies and gentlemen, BBS as the NSO of the country has played pioneer role in monitoring the targets and progress of the country's 7th five-year Plan as well as SDGs. The International Conference on Urban Poverty is a timely initiative to generate the relevant information to be required for the implementation of targets and goals of the SDGs. I congratulate PPRC, particularly Dr. Hosenjilur Rahman, for the partnership and coordination for organizing this event. Finally, I would like to thank the Honorable Guest of Honor for their kind presence in spite of their busy schedule. We are grateful to them for their generous support in all our activities. Thanks to all participants and representative of the development partners and print and electronic media for their kind presence. Special thanks to the international participant who took trouble to travel in Bangladesh. Have a nice stay in Dhaka. Thank you all again.
Thank you, sir. Now, time to be enlightened with the keynote speeches from the honorable guests of this conference. First, I call upon Mr. Ming Zhang, Practice Manager, South Asia Region, Urban Unit of the World Bank. He will speak on issues and realities of urban poverty, global perspective,